Next question is also for Matthew Ding, aka Team Devastate. The question is, I have a question for Overpass. As an in-game leader, how do I balance a mix of fast executes and slow defaults plays in reaction to my opponents? I have trouble feeling confident what to call. Moreover, it would be useful if you could share your thoughts on what do I do on T side and CT side when I have water short control. We always just feel stuck sitting in water and we don't know how probably take advantage of map control on both CT and T sides. On the T side, how can I probably coordinate efficient A side takes with utility and proper timed flashes? It seems to be just do jump up smoke, motor truck, and hope for the trades. So what I will focus on is the map control on T and CT sides, how this like dynamic is and how like normally goes down, what you can do to improve it, and then also talk about the A executes, a key thing how you can time it better. Let's get into this demo. And boys, remember, if you have more questions or are thinking about other maps, send in a demo. I try to help you. Ask a specific question where you want me to help you improve how you're playing a specific position. So we start on the T side overpass. Okay, let's get some weapon round stat. Okay, now finally a good weapon round. Let's see here. Looks like a default. Yes, pretty much default. Short control. This is what we focus on. The short control part of the map. So yeah, you get short control. This is definitely not a go-to position. Let's try to help this Timereño. The clutch. This is T-Mac 10. B-Rush again. It can be that they don't like to take much short control, right? Let's see how they execute. This is random, yeah. I can see what he means. But that must be the input I got from B or something, right? No, they didn't. Oh, they got 2 kills. Alright. That's all fine. Nothing random there. They're not really taking short control, so maybe that's why they're asking the question, right? They want to know what exactly they need to do with it. Alright, let's get this started. Anyway, we need a team after for the CT side. Alrighty. So, yeah. This is Overpass. The key thing, I would say, one of the key things, or very vital thing, is short control. The classic one is that when you want short control, you want the numbers to be there, but you also want to make sure it looks like, at least in Pro CS, that they don't know how many are there before they actually see it. So, you Molotov short, like always, everybody knows that nowadays. I'm not gonna show that, that's all on YouTube. No reason to make double content, but you can just come here, Molotov short, and do it different ways. You get a guy to rush short, deny Molotov, and get a flash as he's coming here. He goes out here, he then comes behind the smoke, so if they're pushing, he has good situation. And then the second guy that comes, then you can double peek here, bam bam, check that this is clear. And then you never go in this position, at least not in pro teams, unless you have a smoke, so you can deny yourself. So this is the key area you want to be in if you want short control. Because from here, you can't really get spammed. You can also have it to come out underground, and you have one underground as well, but you have this control. So you can take this control with 2 guys. And the flash you're gonna throw, one guy is gonna do the molo, like I said, other guy is running, and then he just does a flash like this. Doesn't have to be picture perfect, just enough for the boost guy to be blind, you know? So lands up here and he's full blind. Also, if he pushes down here through the smoke, you have to make sure he's getting blind right here, you know? So he's full blind this area. That's what you want of the flash. And the guy can dodge while going to the left here through the smoke and go out. And then he should wait for his teammate to arrive. The teammate will arrive, and this guy can slowly peek this. This is clear, and then they can double peek this area, so you don't die to an AWP. And if he's there, you can make sure to get that area. So you get one other guy here. You have the short control. The guy with the smoke stays there. The other guy who went out first here to clear this area can now go back to monster and just sit here, you know. This is a good position to sit in, especially if you have a short guy here. So if they come down short, you have crossfire. and he can control monster from here. At the same time, he's fast to go towards A. He's not committed on the right side. So while they're taking short control, it's a key thing that a guy comes down underground here. He's holding the door. If they smoke door, Molotov underground. Really, really important. Okay? Because the worst thing is that if they control that area, it's really hard for the short guys if they're getting sandwiched from both sides. There's also a different way to do it. So what you want to do is have one guy coming here, checking if they smoke monsters so you know the info. Two guys rushing underground. The best bomb is smoking here. Calls the flashing gun now. Gets a flash, opens door, jumps out, go towards short here, and get to this area again. The guy is gonna hold flash after a mullet here. Is gonna hold flash like this. So when they call the flash, he can flash high above underground like this. So they're full blind if they smoked off and came through the smoke, okay? So the best bomb should go instant like this. Call the flash now. Flash comes, opens door, goes out. Second guy is behind him. Not rushing with him, but staying in the same area, you know, like so if they come through the smoke, they're getting that area. When the smoke is about to fade, he can do this Molotov. Voila. Bends the whole thing. So after the smoke, he can slowly clear up underground. Now you have underground control. Or connector, whatever you want to call it. So in two ways, you actually took fast short control, but you also have fast connector control. When the smoke is about to fade, you do the molo. And meanwhile, you have two guys here, making sure they don't push A. So, what do you do with the short control? Might the wise guy ask in the chat, right? There's many things you can do. Like, first of all, you can do this boost. Go out here, you crouch on the edge, you go all the way on the edge here. Bam, 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 bam. Go out here. Da-da. Go until you hit this can or whatever. You tell your bot to sit down. You go on top of him. Voila, you have insane boost for barrels. Okay? And he has to sit on the can, like I showed before. And then he can see easy boost here. You can't get spotted from the top. And the good part is, you can jump straight on his head like this. And crouch, and you can kill the barrels guy. Voila. What a nice boost, right? That you can do with short control. Also, it's all about having this control. You can leave one guy as long as you have this area where my bot is sitting. And you can go back to A. You can always come back to B if you have short control. This is really key thing. That's why short control is often getting fought for. And also, that's why you often see pro teams, when nothing happens, like there's 1 minute left, 45 seconds, they will push double, push short. Because here for the CTs, it's worth trading for the short control. That's how important control is on short. Because at this moment you can hold here, and you can basically hold B alone, you know, late round. Then you have this area. If they come out underground, you're hard to kill. So yeah, short control is important for that, because now you can do good B splits. So if they don't have short control, they maybe have to push monster, or they just sit in sites. And if they're sitting in sites, they keep using smokes, right? And when you have this short control, like I said here, they will smoke short because they're scared of B execute. And if not, you always go for the kind of duel here. You can shoulder peek so much. You have right eye peek the whole time. So when you clear all these angles, you have a good scenario late round that you're getting, like what you want to do late round if they're not using smoke. You come up here, shoulder peek, you try to get a duel. You don't fight, you don't overcommit for it. You just want them to use the grenades. Again, bait utility. So that's definitely a good way, and that's why you want short control. The CTs, they keep using smokes. So when there's 30 seconds left, you want to do a B execute after you press that A back, right? So all the short control is connected with you guys waiting on A, because A is where people want to push the most. So if they don't die stupid, if they are pushing very aggressive A, that gives you the confidence to go in B, because you know there's maximum 3 guys, right? Especially if your team is calling 1 guy connector, 2 guys pushing mid, your 2 guys on the short control can go in B and take B side. Yes, the reason why the CTs will push is because they're out of utility, or because you're starting taking this control in mid. You're starting to make pressure on A. The guys can't really have early information on A, so they start falling back. And now the CTs want to get information back. So Overpass in Pro CS is all about re-aggressing a CT, re-aggressing everywhere. That means If you lost B control, you lost A control, you have to re-aggress one of the places. Will you ever go B if you don't have short control? Yes, you can go B, but the problem is, like, if you take A control here and you don't have short control, it's really hard to get out, right? And your rotation will be so long to go around the whole map. That's why connector and underground connector and water control or short control is really, really vital, because you shut off the map again. The CTs can really just overstack sites with them having short control. What you also can do as a default is that you come here, you line up a HU grenade here, aim right there, you go in the shadow here, and you next to the right, few steps, right in the face. When he's jumping here, he jumps into the HE, right? So let's do an example. So he's boosted here, right? So you have two guys in a default. After the most of short, they come here and they double nade. You can aim between this, I think it is. That's the best one you can throw. So that's minus 45 and minus 37. The other guy can come here, I think, and aim at the white here. There's white there. There's white here. He comes, run throw step, and right in their face. Minus 51, minus 41. Goodbye, not fun to hold B. You knife them in the back while flying. Just kiddings. There's also one way to throw the grenade. They'll often jump like this to get to spot short control. And if you give them grenades in face, they're not doing that anymore. That means they have to take short control with the smoke here. When it comes to short execute, I think there's many examples on YouTube. There's the Astralis execute. There's different executes from short. But the key thing is, how do you keep it? Is that you need to find a good angle where the guy can sit in, where it's not easy to trade. Whereas the C2s will try to do it if they're clever. So yeah, just to finish off, to conclude on the question he asked, is how do we use this as something good? The second you have short control, you can start pressuring A. Because that means CTs are not heavy stacked towards B, and if they are, they're stacked into its side. So the second you have this control, you can start taking connector, and then you take this area. From now on, this is how it will look like in Pro CS. If you're doing it good, and this is insane if you're doing this, if you're 5-on-5 and you have this area of the map, right? I'll try to show from top. You have this area cleared all the way in here to this area to down here to down here, you know? You get the idea what it is? The whole side of the map you have actually now taken, right? You know what I mean? So you have tortoise control, you no longer is clear. Now the CTs have to react. They cannot just sit passive. Because if you have good executes, they lose the round. Does that make sense? That's the goal of the round. And you want to be 5 alive, but often in Pro CS, you are only 4 guys alive. That's why Overpass is really tough map. And you have to really structure tough taking map control. He also wanted to know how to do just good execute on A. I'll just try to show some key things. There's this smoke for, you go into the bench, you go through this smoke, right? This is the smoke CT. It cannot really be blocked unless you're blocking from there, but it can be blocked from the truck. It's deep as well, so there's no gaps, and if they come out, they are in the open here for longer time than normal. The key flashes you want to have is this one. I'll explain the theory. Often 2 flashes. So you see here why this flash is really good. I'll explain the theory behind it. Full blind. Full blind. Full blind. Full blind. And I don't have to tell you about this as well. Full blind. Everything is hard to dodge. Now here comes the delicious situation. Just imagine you can run here, not getting blind, only until here, you know? So as you're running up here, you're not getting blind at all. So the flash pops, he's full blind truck, and there. And you get the kills. But here comes the creme de la creme. And you have to test this Molo. So what you want to do is, you do one flashbang as opening flash, they're getting close. You do the Molo here, I think it is. Now we start talking CS on high level, right? So you aim above this thing here, and then you do a late flash as well at this thing here. And now voila, you have a good execute where the orb is like, they're monitoring me. Goes out in the open and gets full blind, and welcome to getting killed. So this is what I would say is key utility. Another thing is, if the Orba is really annoying, you're saying, oh, he's all the time peeking from this situation. We never get close. Well, Karrigan has a solution for you. You come here, you go in here, you between the A and N, you line up until you get up here. You throw a delicious smoke. Now the orb has 0 information. Cannot see anything if you're playing for sight. The only way you can see stuff is to crawl on top here. You just have to, you can crouch under here, basically, as T. So you put a flash, you can just bounce a flash like that. His hard time seeing it because it's double scoped, and you go close here. You can go close in the smoke, and you get your creme de la creme grenades for your support player, and you have really delicious situation, right? And here you can have 2 guys rushing, 1 guy throwing the grenades. So that's the T side, how you would attack the A side in theory, right? Let's go back into the demo and see what he has for us as CT side. So this is about CT side short overpass control. Yeah. What is this flashbang he's throwing? Okay, that's for in the back. Good idea. Not bad. Now they have short control. Actually, a good idea what they're doing. Look at that. Look at that buy, right? I must say, Davis is playing good CS here. They are focused on shutting down, and this is what happens on the overpass. You want to have focus area, so they're full committing to connector and short control. But depends on how teams are playing, right? Let's see. They're pushing it. They have bad buy. This is good CS. Like I must agree. Now they get the kill, but now keep pushing because you cannot go back anymore. Know the scenario. I hope they should keep pushing and gain the information. Yeah, they're moving back from short. Here I would leave short because they know you're on short and they have to retake the whole short area. It's unlucky they don't win this round. Honestly, they played it good. So here they have an ish. Yeah, it's just a small stuff that's anti anyway. But they're using the smoke to fake short control, which I think is cheap. You use 2 smokes already, and overpass you want to have so much utility left as CT as possible. Yeah. Do the take more shot control. So I don't like this at all. What they're doing. They're using 2 smokes way too early. You see they have 1 smoke left, plus a rotator. Probably smoke monster for them. Yeah. So they have 1 smoke left, and it's 140. This is not good. You don't care if the look at the T's. They don't even respect the smoke on shot. They take it anyway. See what they're doing. This is exactly what I talked about. They take shot control. They push now with a flash. They perfect executed. They use the Molo. I would show them, but they already have that. Let me see how he lines it up, just to be sure he's not. Is it burning down? Yeah, it's burning down. Perfect. This is really good. Again, you see how short control is taken. They have it. They can all rotate to B. This I don't understand. The no short is clear, right? Look, they took short control. This guy should rotate when they have short control. Now he should rotate. I don't think flashing the monster needs to be done because your teammates look what happened on A here. So much stuff happened on A. They should have known that at least a few guys are on A. So this guy should already be, in my opinion, up here already. Because the only weakness they have right now is the execute from banana. They know how to take short. I will explain what they can do more, I think. But I definitely don't like this fake short control, smoking off short around. Yeah, now they're rushing short. Now it's good smoke. But they're coming through anyway with a flashbang. They have half buy. And this is what I talked about before. Remember I talked about taking fast short control. This is exactly now how you can wreck the CTs. You see? Not focus at all. And this is how they get wrecked. Short control. It's pretty simple. I think the way you take short is fine. You deny, you get down here. You have 1 guy holding flash. You Molotov in short. If they're fighting you get a flash in the back. You take that. So you got that under control. I didn't like this, what you did with fake short control, and then you don't do anything about it, right? So I think that's not worth a smoke. I think the smoke you can use late round really good. So you have so many options to resmoke monster, resmoke short, and stuff like that. What else you can do is got that covered. Yes. So what you want to do is that you can Molotov short, like you should do that every round, honestly. You do that already. You boost here on the sandbags. boost, the guy can stand up, he's still on the edge, you dodge here, and then you peek on timing, you peek down, like peeking like that. What you want to do later on is, how to retake short, is that you want to do like this, and you run, you jump up here, after the flash they're gonna peek short, you know, so you get a, maybe you get a guy who's peeking like up here, he got blind, he comes back and he's thinking you're peeking short, and you kill from boost. That's always a good trick to do. The same goes for this. You can do the Molotov. You have the Molotov already. You do the Molo. You come here. You jump on top of him. Okay, I failed my Molo. That's here. Sorry. You do the Molo here. You do the flash here. You come here. He's burning. He's running out, and you kill him while running out. So that's one way you can retake short. Another thing many pro teams does is also you can kind of control short like this. You have 3 guys B this round, but what you have is basically underground control. You can boost here. This guy's holding short, this guy's holding underground. And what you want to do, you don't want to do too much to the right, you want to do on the left side here, so you have good angle, and you can also sometimes catch this guy jumping up there. This is also a really good way to kind of have connector control, and the guy in banana knows, okay, they cannot be underground, so I can play freedom here, you know. That's one way you can control the short as well. You let them be up here, but your 3 guys B until they maybe smoke off door. By blowing up the door CT, you get a lot of opportunities where you can jump and get early info, but so you don't get spammed. What I did sometimes at rotation back in the days is that I was jumping here with an orc, so I could see if they were walking underground. I can see their feet, you know. And you can go a little out here, so you have better view here. So basically you can control underground for your teammates. Another thing is, I'm thinking. Yeah, when you get short control, I think one key thing is, if you paid attention to what people did here, they did this to take fast short because they were scared of using short control, right? So one guy rushed out here, 2 Ts came here, and that's how they lost the last round. What you want to do is sometimes you have your underground guy come here throwing a Molotov, so you stop that, so you can come down underground and be in a safe position, so if they come out short, you are already here, not in the middle of everything. So that you can add when you take short control as well. What you have to be better at, I feel like, is that you Molotov short. You come here, Molotov short. Maybe you jump to see if they're smoking or not. If they're smoking, you just throw a HE there, do damage right in his face. Then you go close short. And then you have your backup player, making sure he doesn't get killed from 5-man boost if they have it on that level. He's holding flash monster to begin with. If nothing happens, monster, and the guy calls flash on short, you come here in front of, I don't think it has to be picture perfect, but in between these two. Come here, you aim up there, and you get a creme de la creme flash. And you can stay close here, so you're holding this angle if they're coming up short, and then you just call the flash, and you call it pretty early, so you catch the guy walking there, you know. That's a really good way to retake short as well. Else, I think what you're doing normally short control is good. This angle is always good with sit here and hold underground, or sit like this and hold short. And what you want to do sometimes is to show your presence short as CT. The second you get spotted or they know you're there, you walk away from short. Because no Ts will walk alone short to clear it. It's impossible, basically. There's so many angles, off angles. On top of here, boosted, off angle here. And you have to think about the T has left eye peak. So clearing this is really, it's gonna take forever, you know, to clear all the angles good. So they know you have short, you walk back, right? And then you walk back and you just play passive side. Or you go play heavy monster, because anyway, if they come up short, you will know it because they'll flash for underground, out connect, they will take short control. So I think you can do that more often. And by falling back on B and still have utility for late round, you can make sure that your A guys have more control on A, you know? But you can add more, what I want to say, spices on it. You can do the boost like I talked about, do the flash peek from heaven, so this guy's still fast rotation to A. So if they're saying they're taking fast A control, So it's all about reacting, right? So if CT is taking heavy control short, me as an in-game leader as T will say, okay, let's pressure A more because the chance of them being more than two guys is highly unlikely, right? But if you're not taking short control fast, the T's might be scared of A and they're taking everything more slowly. That's the way you have to think about it. That the enemies react. If you take short control, you're always committing at least 3 guys. You're never doing one guy alone. You're going 2 guys down, 1 guy flashing, holding monster after. Then the A guys is kind of pressuring A but falling back. I think all the Molotov you can find on YouTube. But basically just coming here, Molotoving, and run through and it should land. I haven't thrown this for a long time. That's fine. So yeah, I hope you guys could use it in Devastated as CT and as T, the short control thing.